Hi, Flosstube. Hi, I'm Angie. I am a tiny house stitcher on Instagram, Etsy, and now Flosstube. I'm very excited. Today is my 50th birthday, and so this is my gift to myself. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. So, thank you all for checking out my channel. This is Sophie Joe. Hi, Sophie Joe. She's my princess. uh, she may cause some issues, and so I will have to learn how to edit, whether I like it or not. So this is my first floss tube. Thank you again. This is March 6th, 2022, my birthday, and I'm very excited. I'm headed over to celebrate with the family after this. So the reason I decided to do a floss tube is because I have no stitchy friends. And I really would like to connect with folks. My closest LNS is about an hour away, and they don't even carry 40 count fabric. So last time I was there, they had one blackbird pattern, which is kind of crazy to me. But anyway, so I'm reaching out to all of you to make some connections, make some new friends. So again, I'm Angie. Nice to meet you. Also, before I get started, I wanted to send my love and prayers to Ukraine. They are such a resilient, brave group of folks. And to all of you who have friends and family there, I'm sending my love to you as well. Hopefully, sanity will reign and this will be over soon. Please support Ukrainian designers if you can. Jan Hicks just did a great YouTube about how to find Ukrainian designers on Etsy. So check that out. It's wonderful. And I have not done that yet, but I will be doing that today, buying myself some birthday presents. So some of the other things that I do, I'm a bag maker. So you can find my bags on Etsy. I've never bought a bag from anyone else before, and there are such talented bag makers out there. So I'm really looking forward to, maybe that'll be my birthday present. And by the way, the YouTube itchy nose is a thing. It really is. It's terrible. I have two grown kids, a boy and a girl. They're wonderful and amazing people, and that's all we can ask for, is that we raise good people. I'm thrilled and so proud of them. I live in a tiny house. Yes, I do. It's 398 square feet. This is not a tiny house channel, but I may be talking about that and certainly answering any questions you might have as we go along. I may share some organization tips for small spaces because I do a lot of that here in the house. It's just something that I wanted to do for about the last 10 years, just to make life a little simpler. And I'm really happy to be here. I bought the house about a year ago and I just love it. It took some getting used to, of course. It took some purging, but all the stuff that I needed to do anyway. So I'm thrilled to be here. I love it. And some of the other things that I do, I am a quilter. I also do some wool applique. And I'm also a genealogist. I have been researching family history for myself and several friends for 20 plus years now. And I'm actually studying to be a certified genealogist. That's my retirement plan. So wish me luck. So let's get to stitching. I think that's all I planned to tell you about. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Just a little bit of my stitchy history. I started cross stitching back in high school, maybe even junior high. You know, started with the precious moments ornaments like many of us did. And I did some bigger projects too for family, but I don't have any of those. I may have a picture of one of them somewhere that I'll show you in another video, but got away from it in the 20s. You know, life happened, kids came. And then back in 2014, I guess, I bought a dimensions kit because I didn't know there was anything else out there. I bought a dimensions kit. And my father got very sick after that, and I used to take my stitching with me to the hospital. We lost my dad in 2015, and I just couldn't bring myself to pick it up again for years and years. And then when I was doing my wool applique, I saw Anna Bates, who is I know she's Stitch Roadies, but I can't remember. She also has a quilting channel. And I was watching that and she kept talking about Stitch Roadies. So I went and looked at that and she gave me the bug back. So I picked up some new projects. It took me a while to actually pick that stocking back up, but I did finish it. So it's not fully finished, but it's finished. I put my son's name on it, so it's now his. But I'm glad to be back. And this whole new world, linen, what? Overdyed? What's that? So it's been such an amazing journey. Oh, I've been back to stitching. I picked it up again about October of 2020. So just over a year I've been back. So yeah, it's been amazing. I just can't get over all the wonderful things, and neither can my pocketbook. So let's get into my whips, and I'll tell you right now, I don't have a lot. I have about maybe 11, a lot less than I thought I did. And maybe if there's time at the end, I'll show you some of the things I have kitted, because I have more kitted than I have whips. So I'm going to start with, this one's not ironed because I was just working on it. So many of you are familiar with this chart. This is Coming to America by With Thy Needle and Thread. Love this one. I do have 2 Mayflower ancestors, so I had to do this one, of course. This is being done on 40 count Old Massachusetts. I believe that's XQ Designs. And I wanted to ask you, this is where I am. Not very far, maybe a third of the way done. It's a very long pattern. I have been doing these seagulls, I'm assuming, and I went back and backstitched them because they didn't stand out very well on the fabric. But I'm thinking that backstitching is a little too dark. I don't know. I had to backstitch the sails too. And you can see down here, those chickens are the same white. So that's what they look like before I did the backstitching. I love that little pig. And there's a bunch of white done here that you can't even see that I did last night. So tell me what you think. Do you think I should backstitch those in maybe a lighter color? I think they do need backstitching though. Let me know. Let me know what you think. So I'm using all the called for colors on that one. Oops. Wrong thread. All the called for. And I've been making these little floss bling for, you can't see it very well, for all of my bigger projects. And I think what I'm going to do is save them for the bigger ones, save them, and then once I get enough, I'm going to buy a little lamp and attach them to the ring of the outside of the lamp. So all of my big projects will be there. What do you think? I think it's a good idea, if I do say so myself. Okay, that's Coming to America. My next whip I started pretty early on when I got back into stitching. Where did I put the, oh. This is Early Americans by Little House Needleworks. This is a 9-part series. And this is the one I'm on, number 8. This is Patrick Henry. That big house, I just love it. This is on, I believe, a 36 count. I'm not real sure. It's a sparkly fabric. Sorry. I wasn't keeping track back then. But here's where I am so far. Here's Betsy Ross, sorry. And I'm doing this in a different layout than what it called for. Can't see you. Because I have a wall over my kitchen that's about 2 feet high and maybe 10 or 12 feet long. So I decided to do this long so I can put it there. So this is the one I'm working on now. So yeah, Early Americans. Almost done. So close, so close. And these are the DMCs. If I had it to do over again, I would use the overdyes for sure. But I didn't really know what those were back then. So that's Early Americans. My next whip is by Nikki's Creations. This is Buttons Girl. It's a small, I'm just going to do a little pillow out of it. Nikki's Creations, really cute. And I didn't get very far on this one. And I don't know the fabric. I'm so sorry. I have gotten a lot better though, I promise. And I'll tell you about how that works. I have a new system that I'm very proud of. So I'll tell you how that works in another episode. My next one is a Mill Hill. This is Believe. It's from the Buttons and Beads line. This is one of their bigger ones. I think it finishes 5x5. So this is where I'm at. I don't have any beads on yet. And I've decided in the future, perforated paper is not my jam. So I think in the future, I'm just going to either use an Ada or a 28 or 32 count something. As long as it's big enough for the beads, I think I can do that. And wouldn't this be pretty as a pillow? So I think that's what I'm going to do in the future. And those come in kits for those of you who don't know. They come with the threads and the beads and even the needles. So everything you need is there. They're a great starter kit in my opinion. I think they're wonderful. Okay. Next one, Christmas Delivery by Cottage Garden. Oh, I hope you can't hear my stomach growling. And this one, I've gotten better about keeping track, is done on 40 count Newcastle in the color Murky. And here's where I am. I haven't gotten too far. And I'm using all of the called for colors except for the Snowflake. That's a toile. And I've also used a toile for Santa's. You can't really see the sparkle, but it's very sparkly for Santa's suit. And I will be using whisper threads in Santa's beard. Other than that, I'll probably keep the rest the same. I don't want to overdo the sparkle. So that is Christmas Delivery. The next one you're probably familiar with, Barbara Anna's Dreaming Girl. This was a Sal that's now available as a full kit. No, full pattern. And this is where I am. This is an 18 count Ada. And I kind of stopped here because I want to do some different motifs. I want to do some musical motifs for the girl, for the person that I want to give it to. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy's finished product, but she did the same thing for Indigenous people in her area, and it was just spectacular. So that's what I want to do. I want to do some different motifs than what was originally charted. So I'm planning to do that. And I did do that all in the called for DMCs. My next one is my first huge project. My first sampler. I'm really excited about it. And of course, go big or go home, right? This is Let Freedom Ring by Leela's Studio. It's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And I'm doing this in chunks. So I've kind of, there was a stitch along on Happy Little Stitchers Facebook group, and they had it all laid out in chunks. So I've been trying to follow that as far as months go. So here I am. This is where I've gotten to. So the first month was this whole floral corner. That was January. And then February was the flag and this circle here. And then March is some trees and part of the building. So this, sorry, that's the dog. So I'm working on this little tree right here, and I think the March goes to right there. That part of it might be the full. Anyway, I'm working on that now, and that is on 40 count Newcastle. I did a complete color conversion to overdyes. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. I'm very proud of the color conversion. It's very, very close to the DMCs. And I just love it. I'm excited about it. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'd love to share it with you. This one, not sure about this one. You may have noticed I like a lot of different types of patterns. This one is Pair of Pilgrims by Lizzie Kate. It is so cute. I love the stand-ups. I mentioned that I have some Mayflower ancestors, so I love pilgrims. Anything to do with pilgrims is my jam. So I started this on a 14 count Ada. Here he is. He's adorable. But I'm just not feeling him anymore. I don't know. I don't know what it is. So he's in timeout. I may pick him up again. I may pass the stash or pass on the whip. I'm not sure yet, but he's cute, but I don't know. Just not feeling it. Come on, so. Okay, this one's a little different. I am a member of the local Daughters of the American Revolution, part of the whole genealogy thing. And so occasionally I like to make things for them to use in silent auctions to help them raise some money, do some fundraising. And so I found this on eBay. It's by the Victorian Motto Sampler Company. I love that. So I'm doing this one on 40 count Old Massachusetts. That's what I have. It's a lot bigger than you would think, but that's what I have so far. I did change the colors. It called for DMCs. Obviously, I changed it to blue because the logo is now in blue. And I'm using 3 colors, Twilight for the blue, Weeks, Bayberry, and Secret Garden for the 2 greens. So it's going pretty quick, though. There is a mistake that runs the length of the whole thing that I'm not going to point out because I'm not changing it at this point. It's too late. I haven't been showing you my bags, but here's one. I like these smaller sizes for my smaller projects. And my next whip is Olga's Autumn Stocking by Plum Street. Plum Street is my favorite designer. I have a lot of favorites, but I think Plum Street's probably number one. I saw Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts doing this one and Deb from Country Stitchers doing this one, and I just thought they were beautiful. So this one I do not, I think the fabric is 36 count flax. This is a long one, so I'll take you. It's almost done. Almost done. I'm on the last pumpkin on the toe. That's all I have left to do. So this is one that I started early on, and I didn't know there was such a big difference between 1 thread or 2 threads. So you can see on this leaf, I started with 1 thread. And then I started doing the birds and I wanted them darker, so I used 2 threads. And then I forgot I was using 1 thread, so I went back to 2 threads on the leaves. So what I did was I just did a few, like this one's done in one. There's one down here that's done in one. So it has a little bit of, this one's done in one, so it has a little bit of texture. Some are lighter than others. Now this house, I'm not sure if I should backstitch it or not. And here we go again with the backstitching. Let me know what you think about the backstitching. Should I backstitched it because you couldn't see it. And there's some down here like this one. You just can't see it. So I backstitched. Should I change that to a lighter backstitch? What do you think? So that's Olga's autumn stocking. And I'm so close. It'll be done by fall this year for sure. Love it. And I'm using all the called for colors on that one. They're all over dyes. Here they are. Beautiful fall colors. Obviously, you've already seen them, but Olga's one of my favorites. Now, Anniversaries of the Heart. This is a beautiful 12-part series. This is another one that I started off when I first got started again. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. The first one is this snow garden. And from the very beginning, I didn't really like it because the colors are so totally different than most of the other colors. Like this one's all white and blue, and the rest of them are very much in the same line as this. So this was not my favorite one, and to start with it was kind of tough for me. So I decided to take some creative license and make some changes. So I did that, and I will show you my first block. Here it is. So completely different from the original. I changed this border to cornstalks because this one is representing my Mayflower ancestors. I put in Plymouth, I put in the ship, that's an over one. This was a peacock and I changed it to a turkey. Put in a little pumpkin here. And I put in the names of my ancestors. This was a big snowflake, so I changed it to a sun. And the colors are not showing up all that great on camera, but they turned out really great. So I want to show you my first attempt at this because this is a restart. And I mentioned that I started this early on when I was just getting back into cross stitch. I started with 2 threads over 2 over 2. Not a good look. So this is my first attempt, and I know it's bad. I do. I know it's bad. It's going in the trash as soon as I'm done showing you. But this was my first attempt. This is my over one. Look at that. It's horrible. Look at the sails. Yuck. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, so I tried it the first time. Some of the things turned out great, some not so much. I was disgusted with it. So I put it away for months, and you just saw the results of my new one. And I did also do the second one, but again, it's over 2, and I wasn't a fan. And I really, this is a huge project. I wanted to love it. So I wasn't going to keep stitching on it if I didn't love it. Now, the original layout that they give you is a square layout, but I wanted to do something a little different to make it stand out. So I have created my own layout for it. This is what it'll look like. And I'll be going in chronological order. The patterns that they give you are by month, and I'm not really going to use the monthly part of it. I'm going to go by ancestor in chronological order and pick the block, the pattern that I think goes best for that ancestor. And there's a big bonus chart that will go right here in the middle, and then I'll have two more of the regular ones. And then over here, I'm just going to find maybe a big scroll pattern or something to fill up that space. Maybe some flowers, something like that to fill up that space. So this will be a 10-year project, I'm sure. And I'm looking forward to it, though. This is right in my wheelhouse with all the genealogy and all that good stuff. So I'm excited about that. Now, I want to tell you about some things I have kitted. That's all my whips. That's it. Which means, yay, I get to start more. So recently, back in February, I had to go to Arizona for a conference for work. And you can't go to Arizona without stopping at the attic. So I went to the attic, and Jean and Carolyn were there, and they were amazing. They're both amazing. Jean is the owner of the store, and she stitches primarily on 56 count, which is super tiny, super tiny. And she uses silks, and you've seen I haven't done any silks yet. So I was looking at her models, and they are just gorgeous. They're just beautiful. And in talking to Jean, she's like, you can do it. Just try it. You can do it. So here's my birthday start. I don't know how she talked me into this, but here we go. She has models at the attic of these particular patterns. This is Lessons in Abecedarian by Brenda Gervais. This is the first one, so this is the one I'll be starting with. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. They're just beautiful. I just loved them. I couldn't stop thinking about them. So here we go. This is 56 count baked clay by Fox and Rabbit. That is not a good representation of the color. It's more like a peachy pink. It looks like clay to me. That's a good name for it. Yeah, 56 count. And the attic kitted it up for me. So I have all of the silks. These are Tudor silks. And they are gorgeous. There's one I wanted to show you. Look at this one. Look at the colors in that. Just beautiful. So I'll be starting that tonight. Wish me luck. I'm a little nervous about that. And I wanted to show you some other things that I have kitted up. And I really didn't plan to do this, but we have a little time. So Cinnamon Stars. You've all seen this. This one I've had kitted up since probably November of 2020 when I first started. It was the first time I bought overdyes. So I have all the beautiful overdyes here. I can't wait to get started on that one. And I have another little thing. And this one is going to be on 36 count even weave that I dyed. I hand dyed that using Mama Loves UGB's tutorial. So I love that. Not sure when I'll get to it, but I have a lot of room since I only have 11 whips. I'm going to put some of these back because I can already see it's becoming a mess. Here's another one that I picked up at the attic when I went in February. Blackbird Designs, Home for the Holidays. So beautiful. These projects are incredible. This one is on 46 count. I want to say this is Cafe au Lait. I'm not positive. So it's a long piece. Oh, sorry, I didn't even tell you which one I'm working on. Let me find a good picture of it. 'Tis the Season. Beautiful. Can't wait to start that one. It comes with the words both in French and English, and I'll be doing the English version. And this one is also silks. And again, I haven't stitched with silks yet, so I don't know. Maybe I should start with the 46 count instead of the 56 count, but why not? So I'm excited about that one. Jean kitted that one up for me as well. And I always make working copies. I don't mark up my charts. This is one that I've been wanting to do for a long time too. And this is just a small, you would think I would get to it, and I don't have a picture of it. Well, that's not going to help. But it is Spell of the Moon by Blackbird. Again, I hadn't planned to show you my kit, so I apologize. Okay. As a genealogist, I am a huge fan of Abe Lincoln. This is a black and white copy, but I got this. Miss Prim. I can't wait to do him. He's so funny looking. I love Abe. In fact, my dream man is a cross between Abe Lincoln and Garth Brooks. So clearly I'll be single the rest of my life. Here's Abe. I'm going to do him on, oh, I have two different ones in here. Tell me what you think. I've got 36 count Vateras. That's pretty true. By Mystic Fabrics. Or 40 count doubloon. Let me know what you think. And I will be using the called for fabrics on that one. Okay. Another Blackbird. First Winds of Autumn. This is a copy printout. I love that strawberry, and it's huge. It's a huge strawberry. I've done a couple of strawberries and they've turned out pretty good, so I have high hopes for that. I'm going to do this one on, picture this plus fabric that does not have a name. No, sorry, Fabric Flare Cafe au Lait. This is one of those printed fabrics that the other side is white. So 40 count Cafe au Lait. This is an even weave, I think. So that one will be fun. And I'm using all the called for colors. I don't have all the colors yet, so I can't show them to you. This one, so I asked my daughter, I asked my kids, both of them, to go to 123 Stitch and buy me a pattern for Christmas that they wanted me to make for them. And so like mother, like daughter, go big or go home, my first pretty lady. what am I doing? This is Pearl of the Orient Seas by Bella Filipina. She is beautiful. But wow, that's another one's going to take me years. So I've got all the DMCs. I just finally got this kitted. It's taken me since Christmas. DMCs. Beads. Really, people? Really? Is this necessary? Unbelievable. And Kreinik. Kill me now. What am I thinking? It's going to be gorgeous. I don't know that I'm going to want to give it up when it's done. And I got the called for fabric, which is Bridget by Under the Sea. So it's gorgeous. And I'm a huge purple fan, so gorgeous fabric. So you'll be seeing that for several years. For sure. That one's ridiculous. But I'm excited about it. I'm terrified, but I'm excited about it. Okay, what's this one? Okay, this one I'm excited about too, and you've all seen it. Winter Rose Manor. But as I just mentioned, I'm a purple girl, so this will be Winter Lilac Manor. I've made some changes. Do I have... Fabric is 46 count, Cafe au lait. So the other fabric that I showed you that I thought was Cafe au lait was Cafe au lait, because this is the same. You can't really see it, but it has some green modeling in it. And my threads. So I have chosen some dusty purples to use instead of the pinks. And the house, what I'm using for the house, you can't really tell. It's called White Lightning by Weeks. And it's a white with some very faint, almost grayish purple colors in it. I don't think you can see. There's a little bit of it. So I'm excited to start that one. Wish me luck. What do you think? The greens and yellows and things like that, I'm keeping the same, but there you go. I'm excited. So I'll be starting that one very soon. That one was on my March Madness, but it tied. It tied with, what was it? I think it was Women of the Mayflower. And so I looked back to see who voted on what, and all 4 of the Steel City Stitchers girls voted for Women of the Mayflower, so I had to use that as the tiebreaker. So I was bummed, but that's okay. I'll be starting it soon, I'm sure. This one, I'm excited to start too. Let me see if there's something I can show you. This is from the Laurel Witch by Laura Daub. It's called I Search for an Ancestor. That dress. It says, I search for an ancestor who would have been considered suffragette, healer, witch, mystic, queen. So I'm going to do that one too. Obviously. Oops. I'm going to do it on Climbing Rose by Wrinkled Fabrics. And of course, her dress will likely be either white and purple or black and purple instead of the white and black. So here are the called for. These are all DMC. She's got some beautiful, beautiful patterns. So check that out. What was the name? The Laurel Witch on Etsy. She's amazing. She's got some beautiful patterns. And just before my daughter purchased her pattern for me, I had decided to do this one. So this is Christmas Eve Couriers. There's a whole set. It's the sleigh, and I believe all the reindeer are separate as well. This is Santa's Sleigh. This is by Nora Corbett. I am doing this one on 32 count Luna by Under the Sea. 32 count Luna by Under the Sea. Beautiful. Love that fabric. And this one has quite a few flosses too, but they're all DMC. And it also has beads and Krynic, and this is definitely more my speed. 3 of each. So that one will go a lot faster, maybe not faster, yeah, faster than the other one. But I'm excited about that one. I love Christmas. This one is Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais. Those hips. You could serve dinner on those. Love it. Woman after my own heart. I will be stitching this one on 36 count Edinburgh. Oh, sorry. I was afraid that was going to happen. Sophie. This is 36 count Heather by Fiber on a Whim. And I'll be using all of the called for colors. I might change. Stop. Sorry about that. Okay, 36 count Heather by Fiber on a Whim. And these are the called for flosses. Beautiful. So I'm looking forward to starting that one too. And lastly, this is another one that I've had kitted up for a very long time that I haven't started yet. This is Souvenirs of the Heart by With Thy Needle and Thread. Love that one. I'm using the called for colors. Beautiful. I don't think I have, I think this is just flax. So this is 36 count flax linen. I don't know who the maker is. It might be just Swigart. So that's it. Those are my kits. I have tons and tons of patterns. We won't get into that, obviously. So wish me luck. I'm excited about my birthday start. That'll be tonight when I get back from my mom's house. We're having a little get together, and that's why the dog was barking. My son is here to pick me up. So I'm on my way. Thank you so much for being here. Prayers for Ukraine. I don't know what to say about that. Just prayers for Ukraine. Hopefully sanity will win out and something will happen and it'll be over sooner than later. Anyway, Tiny House Stitcher on Etsy and Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I hope you subscribe and like my channel. I'll be back probably 2 weeks. I'm thinking 2 weeks is a good time frame. So until then, stay safe and healthy. Be nice to each other and happy stitching. Thanks for being here.